Hello, listeners, and welcome to Madhouse Podcast, episode number 8. I'm your host, Ultimate553, and joining me today is...
I'm Jess, and... yeah.
I'm also known as Steve Kovoc on YouTube. So.
Alright, great. Alright, so...
I haven't made a video in a while because this stuff and other stuff. I've had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of projects.
So, as everyone knows, today is Friday, which means it's also April 1st, April Fool's Day. So, to start off this week, let's talk about some of the best and worst April Fool's jokes ever. I can start off by saying one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my life was about 8 years ago. And it was, you guys know about The Legend of Zelda, right?
I don't know.
Well, IGN, which is the Internet Gaming Network, they put out a trailer for a live-action Zelda movie trailer. It looked amazing. Like, the costumes were great, the CGI was great, like, everything about it was great. And then everyone realized that it's supposed to come out on April 1st. And April 1st is April Fool's Day, so it was a joke. And so they followed up with saying, "We're sorry, we fooled you. Here's how we did it." It was this big, behind the scenes of how they, put together all these great costumes and CGI looked awesome. Like, basically shot a bunch of scenes and put it into a trailer, and that was it. And
okay, I apologize, guys, for the IBM Model N. Whoa, why did I do that? I apologize for the IBM Model N keyboard. It's not an IBM. It's actually Microsoft Ergonomics. So
okay.
Whatever.
But yeah,
the reason for this is because I'm actually doing a lot of other things right now. I'm doing all sorts of shit.
Okay. Well, make sure you are focused on our podcast. We're talking about things. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was so mad because being a pretty good Zelda fan myself, I was like, why would they do this?
You know what I just found under my lap? Under the lap.
Yeah.
What? My keyboard? Flash drive. I found this one.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah.
Great.
It was like, all this for nothing. What's the point of making a movie, a trailer, if it's not gonna be a movie?
Oh, God.
It's a waste of time.
About that.
It looked like a fun movie.
You're talking that Zelda thing?
Yeah, if it actually happened when it's supposed to happen, that would have been the best movie ever. So, that's one of the worst
I disagree.
April Fool's jokes ever.
I disagree that it would be the best movie ever. Tom,
why?
Most, if not all, video game movies suck.
Well, if they aren't...
I heard that Tomb Raider one is okay, though.
Only if they aren't, fake. If they make a trailer, that's to give everyone to believe it and then realize, oh, yeah, sorry, never going to happen. We just made a trailer.
Even if they did make it, it wouldn't be the best movie ever.
They had a whole video on making the trailer, and it looked awesome. But, no.
Making a, did you hear about how they're making a Ratchet and Clank movie?
Yeah, I did. I haven't played the first game. I still haven't gotten that chance yet.
I'm very skeptical about that. I played the original games when I was little, all the time. I still have the poster here. I remember playing it since I was, really little. I still love that game. It's great. Yeah. But, I feel like the movie, it based on how most, if not all, video game movies are, I have a feeling it's not going to be great.
Yeah, well.
Jessica?
That was my April Fool's Day, one of the worst ones ever. How about you guys? What was, it doesn't have to be this year, it could be any time in the past, or it could be this year, but what have been the worst and best April Fool's jokes ever?
I don't really have any.
Okay. How about you, Steven?
I don't know. I don't really know, man. Oh, a lot of YouTubers right now are making a ton of YouTube jokes.
I imagine so. So for April Fool's, it's one of the best, in my opinion, the best okay, I wouldn't really call it a holiday, but it's definitely one of the best, like, days in the year you can do, because you can do anything with that. You can prank, actually, I can go on a story about this. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a few years back. I got up one morning I think it was getting, I think it was either, my brother had swapped the cereal, he had taken 2 cereals and swapped them, or he had taken, because I love rice streams, or maybe I did, I can't remember, and so he turned the rice stream green, and I refused to drink it because it was green. I mean, imagine that. Imagine what food coloring can do to your drink. Even if it's not that bad. I mean, seriously. But it was the worst mistake. It was not a mistake. It was the worst April Fool's Day joke ever because, you know, I mean, for any of you who watch Doctor Who, I mean, I don't think anybody watched Doctor Who, but there's always things going on the internet about like so-and-so has announced that they are canceling so-and-so forever, permanently. It's like, oh no. And then you realize, wait, what day is it? Oh, that's right, it's April Fool's. So it's gotta be a joke.
Yep.
I mean, one of them I was actually convinced it was real. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, wait, it's April Fool's. So, anybody, anything at all for April Fool's? Do you like April? Basically, my question to you is, do you like April Fool's Day? Is it fun?
I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Anything at all?
Nothing.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, it isn't a fun holiday. I wouldn't even call it a holiday. I mean, it isn't a fun day because the pranks can be funny, but they can also be kind of mean, too. I mean, it kind of depends on what they are. Or it can be like a trailer for a movie that doesn't exist, or like when they'll say so-and-so's been announced on this day. It's like, great. Oh wait, is it? And then they fool you. Actually, one of the ones I actually laughed at on Facebook was, so it was a picture of a Krispy Kreme box for the donut company, and so it was a picture of a clothes, and they opened it, and it was just a bunch of vegetables. And it said April Fool's, it was just vegetables. I mean, imagine getting a donut box, opening it, and finding nothing but vegetables in it. That's my worst ever. So yeah. Now we're done with that topic because it's April Fool's Day. So yeah, I think we should talk about technology because technology has been something that has really changed throughout the years. I mean, for example, what happened with Back to the Future, and like the one thing that I've noticed is that VR is taking over. Taking over the world. You've heard of VR, right?
I haven't.
Well, it stands for virtual. It stands for virtual reality, and the idea.
Oh, virtual reality. Yeah, I know what that is.
It's basically the idea is that you can experience things in different ways. Like you put on
back when I was still in Monroe with you guys or whatever, there was one of my neighbors. He did product testing for Microsoft.
Oh, really?
And so, yeah, I actually got to, try on the helmet and everything.
I mean, they're really interesting because you can see things, I think there's one where you can do a first-person VR experience. It's so weird. If you feel like you're in a different...
very disorienting.
You feel like you're in a different world altogether. Like, I think it was explained on an episode of Scooby-Doo where they tried to. It wasn't a headset. It was just like a room where they tried the whole environment. It was actually and they were, apparently I guess it was like they imagined it was real, but it wasn't actually real. I mean, I haven't used VR, but I mean I like the concept. I think the idea they're trying what the technology world is trying to do with VR is they're trying to make it the next gaming thing because
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, they've already reached, like, their max on all the graphics and things
I mean, it looks
that
really
they have
cool.
on the systems now.
I mean, because, you know, VR is supposed to be the future of technology now. So, it's supposed to be like that. I mean, look at Back to the Future. Look how much stuff they got wrong. And look at us now. We're already in 2016 and nothing. We haven't even gotten the hoverboard yet. It's like, seriously. I mean, they didn't get everything right, which is, honestly, I laugh at it because I'm like, it's like 2015, yay, all this great stuff, and then you see last year's like, great, we didn't get any of that. We got like maybe a few things. So it's like, sometimes predictions suck. Like the end of the world back in 2012, that didn't happen. People were so ready for that, and it's like, all right, it's December 21st of 2012. I'm waiting for bombs to drop on us. Oh, okay, it's 22nd now. We haven't had, the world hasn't ended yet. I mean, they went out a big deal about the movie 2012, and that was, I never saw it, but it did look, honestly, it was pretty good.
Hey guys.
Yeah?
Is it alright if I turn my camera off for a bit?
Sure.
Why? What's going on?
This is an audio podcast.
Because I gotta feed my critters real quick, and you guys don't need to see me going through my house.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is not a video, it's an audio podcast, so it's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna do what?
There we go. I gotta feed my critters, my sugar gliders.
I literally thought you were gonna change, like, right in front of us. I was like, what? No!
No.
Ugh,
Maybe.
Give her some privacy, eh? So anyway, so VR, I don't really know much about it, but I like the idea. I think that technology is trying to make an advancement on everything, because you got like, you know, I mean, we're in the future now. We got, you know, smartphones, tablets, all this amazing technology, and it sounds so weird when you breathe in like that.
I'm sorry.
It sounds like Darth Vader.
Sorry.
It's fine. I find it funny.
Is it gone now?
Yeah. But it was like, whoa, it's a little like, okay.
The microphone is too close to my face.
You can see that, yeah. Well, no, but
that literally
get the
cleared
idea.
out my breath. I'm like, feeling like after this.
But, I mean, honestly, I hope that VR is going to be the next thing, because we don't even have anything. Well, we don't have a lot. I mean, the technology we have isn't very good enough. I mean, like, they're trying to improve, like, for example, they're trying to make, for example, so anyway, for, like, movies, with what, they're starting to release more movies with 3D in them, which is, some of them aren't good, honestly. Some movies aren't meant to see in 3D, plus they're more expensive. But with technology, I feel that, I mean, I haven't really explored it much, but what I have explored, and what I know about it is they're trying to improve the world. They're trying to make the world a better place with technology, with VR, and just everything they can to make it. I mean, what I think is what they're trying to do is they're trying to make video games happen with, like, you know, compatible with technology. And I think that's just gonna, it's when that's gonna happen. Kind of like with video games, like the PC world is trying to take over the gaming world, I guess, or the console gaming world. Basically, the PC games are getting more attention than consoles. I guess, maybe. I don't know. It's not really like something you'd really understand, but I don't know. What do you think on that?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, man.
Do you think that technology? What do you think about technology these days? Do you think what do you think they're trying to do with it?
I think they're trying to make it more realistic, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to be talking but I don't want to just be talking the entire time. That would not be fun. So I want to give you guys a chance to talk.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I want to be fair in this podcast. No. So what is your view on technology?
I think it's a good thing, but at the same time, it can kind of, like, take control of people's lives.
Yeah, but, like, you know, with phones, you know, with Apple, they're trying to improve everything.
What controls people's lives? What?
Well, like, eventually people, like, want to have, like, robots and stuff doing everything for them, and that's, like, kind of lame.
And they're trying to take...
Because, like...
Yeah.
We should still be able to, like, do things for ourselves somewhat.
And, I mean, like the world is trying to take ideas from Back to the Future and imply them on the world, but nothing's going to happen. I don't think that the world is going to change with Back to the Future technology. But, like, you know, with the smartphones, that's big. I mean, that's the big thing. Like, I thought... It was actually, I should bring, I don't think I've talked about this on a podcast before, but so it was a sketch on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and he had Christopher Lloyd and he had Michael J. Fox, and they came on the stage in the DeLorean. They got out, and then they were like puzzled about where they were, and they were like, oh, it's 2015, or how they pronounced it, like they pronounced it a little differently. You know, people who pronounce the year way differently. Everyone does. Anyway, the point is. Like with Jimmy Kimmel was like saying I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and he was like showing them all the technology, and they were all looking at the smart. He was like, "This is a smartphone." And so you have Christopher Lloyd in character as Doc Brown looking at the smartphone and just looking perplexed. It was like he looked so confused, and then like I think it was something about like maybe a selfie or something. He was like looking at it. It was so funny because they haven't been in that role in about 30 years or 25 years or something like that. I can't remember. You have Michael J. Fox, who's he's with Parkinson's disease still, but he was still able to pull that acting off pretty well.
Right.
Which I love. I mean, being a fan of Back to the Future. being a fan of Back to the Future, that was awesome. But like,
what you mean to tell me is that you built a time machine
out of a DeLorean? Wait, so you're saying you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Precisely, Marty.
That was a great line. But like,
Jessica, are you okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Technology. I mean, I don't know how much to say about it, but what I do know is that that like Microsoft and all of these companies are trying to improve the world with new stuff every year. They're like,
unfortunately, we don't have flying cards yet. So.
No, not yet. But like,
so Back to the Future got that wrong.
With iPhone, for example, they're like they keep numbering them and they make them. They don't really. It doesn't seem like they're making any new improvements. It looks like it's basically like the same hardware, just different case. Like Doctor Who, for example, Phone Screwdriver. Little reference that I should mention there. Anyway, so I just feel that Apple is gonna suck. Like they just don't make good. They don't make well. Okay, that's a lot. They do make good. They do seem to do pretty well with their sales. Like. I mean, Microsoft, they're doing their whole, Surface thing, which actually looks really cool.
It does.
Yeah, the Surface is basically a tablet that you can, what I really like about it is that, I mean, it makes me want to have it because you can basically, you can put it down, you can insert clip on the type pad or whatever, and then, and you can do your typing, and then when you're done with it, if you want to just stand, you don't have time to put it down. You can stand up. You just flip the keyboard under the tablet, and then just put like that, and it'll click, and then you can just use your tablet as a tablet, which I think is really cool because I think Microsoft is doing it. I think what Microsoft's trying to do is they're trying to not copy. I wouldn't call it copying. I just say that
copy.
They're trying.
What?
I don't. With tablets, I don't think they're trying to copy everything. I think they're just trying to. They're just trying to. They're trying to take an idea like being the iPad. they're trying to basically like they're a bunch of rivalry, like technology world rivalries, Microsoft and Apple. I think it was the Microsoft. So you have Apple with their iPod, and then Microsoft several years back came back with the Zune, which honestly is not great of a MP3 player device. And then I think it was and then Apple made it the iPad, which is a tablet. And then Microsoft's like, oh yeah, we could do better than that. And so they invented the Surface. And then the Surface 2, and then the Surface 3, and then the Surface 4, and then the Pros and stuff. I mean, they look really cool. I mean, I think the big rivalry is with Microsoft and Apple, and the kind of thing, same thing with the gaming world of that, is they're trying to for example, with the Wii, they had the Wii sensor, and then Microsoft combated that with the Kinect, and then Sony's like,
the Kinect did not do very well.
Yeah, I mean Microsoft's like, oh yeah, well you have the Wii, we have Kinect, it's your entire body moves, and it's like, and then Sony's like, Sony's like, oh yeah, how about the PlayStation Move? And I'm like, really? I mean, literally, the PlayStation Move is basically this stick with a little ball at the end. It's like, It's the same thing as the Wii, just with a different controller. I just find, I mean, I guess it's they're like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. They're all like one rival. They're all like a rival company. They're all trying to put their content out and the things for their. It's not it's technology with their gaming. They're trying to I mean, I don't want to get into this again because I got into it last week. I'm pretty sure, or whatever. The last time we had a podcast about. I don't want to get into that, but we've already talked about it. I want to make sure we don't talk about the same stuff over and over again every week. That would not be good. Let's avoid doing that. I would prefer us to not talk about the same crap over and over again every week.
What? Oh, okay.
You don't want. I don't want to have this podcast have 5 episodes in a row talking about the same exact shit. No one wants that. Let's avoid that. But because about the rivalry between Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft. They're the Wii is starting to.
I know who they are.
The Wii is gonna be. I think it's called the death of the Wii is coming this year. I think they're gonna stop production. I think they're gonna stop production on the Wii U. They're gonna. I think I mentioned this last week. Or the last time we had the podcast was when is the fact that the Xbox 360, I think also probably the PlayStation 3 they're gonna. I mean, they're not gonna stop production, but they're just gonna stop making games. They're gonna stop releasing games for those consoles, which is totally uncool. But
wait, for the Wii?
Yeah, well, the Wii U is gonna stop production this year.
They're stopping production this year?
Yeah, no joke. It's not ever. It didn't come out. This news didn't come out today. It came out a few weeks ago, so it's not actually a joke. It's a real thing. Which makes sense because the Wii U kind of sucks. Honestly, it does.
So what's Nintendo up to next one? What's their...
Well, the big thing that I'm kind of sort of looking forward to. I'm not really a huge Nintendo fan, but I do like what they have. I mean, because I had a 3DS, I lost it, but I had a 3DS, and so that was fun. I grew up on the DS, and on the Pokemans and stuff. Okay, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Gotta pronounce it right.
Pokemon.
I grew up on that on Nintendo stuff, and their next console, they're trying to combine handheld gaming with console gaming, and they're calling the code name is calling it. They're gonna call it the NX. That's just, obviously that's. I don't know. It sounds like it could be a real name for the console, but I don't know. It looks like a cool name. NX. That sounds really cool.
I don't know.
If it's called NX, it has to stand for something. Because you got NX.
Oh.
That's gotta be an acronym, or it's a code name because they have they've had. I think I read something about where I can't remember which company it was. I think it was either the PlayStation, Nintendo, or Xbox, where they you can make a console and then you can code name it so that you won't, or either that or it's gaming where you can have a code name for a game and then months later you finally reveal what the name's actually called. Kind of like with Assassin's Creed, one of the games was codenamed a certain game, and then they finally revealed something else.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I gotta head out real quick.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I just gotta head downstairs real quick. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay, no problem. Go for it.
But yeah, they're trying to. They're all all three of these companies, companies, I guess, are trying to rival everything. I mean, I think the company that started out with the technology and went into gaming was Sony. Sony is the one company that really knows how to make good technology. I mean, they started out as making technology. Whether it be headphones or speakers, or any kind of technology like that, or TVs and monitors, that kind of thing. And now they've evolved into a gaming company. Well, they still make other stuff, but they went from making technology to making games and game consoles, which is fantastic. I mean, I like Sony, and they have had PlayStation. With the PlayStation, I grew up on the PlayStation 1. That was the console I grew up on. That was the generator. I can't remember. Well, I think the current generation is Generation 7 or 8 of the consoles. I can't remember. But I can't remember the generation that was involved with the PS1. But that's the console I grew up on. I remember playing the games. I mean, I don't remember all the games, but I do remember Frogger and all those classic games. I think even Harry Potter. Some of those really shitty games. I mean, what do you expect? It's PlayStation. Yeah. It's 90s technology. I mean, what do you expect? But yeah, what do you think? Do you think that people are trying to I don't really know how to explain this very well to make you understand it, or not to make you to help you understand this better. But what do you think about technology and gaming?
In games?
Yeah, or technology. Do you think technology is helping games improve, or do you think gaming is helping technology improve?
Yes, it is. I mean, the graphics are looking better, but we have a lot more possible. Something like GTA 5 or something.
Yeah, I mean, for example,
would not be possible in, I don't know, 1985.
Yeah.
Think of something like GTA, GTA 5 or any of GTA games for that matter from the last 10 years, sorry.
Yeah.
Would not have been possible during the age of Pac-Man and Atari 2600. So obviously, technology has improved in practically every single way. It's just the problem is, more and more people are we need more games. So they're making a sequel to other games by the year, so they're putting less effort into the actual game and, putting less...
Yeah, I mean...
So they're trying... But the games that do care, the people who do care about the games, like the GTA franchise, it definitely, shows how... It's a good example of how good video gaming technology has gotten.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with gaming now, I'm feeling that, every time they make a new game, they're trying to make it look more realistic. For example, Tomb Raider. The character Lara Croft didn't look like the Lara Croft, the now version of Lara Croft from the new games, the reboot series, that she didn't look like that back in the day. I mean, back in the day, I talked about this a few podcasts ago about Lara Croft's evolution. I mean, it's not just her. It's all the other characters that have changed throughout the years. And, I mean, it's not... it's not, I mean, not just the characters, like the gaming in general. The graphics are getting more realistic. They're trying to make the, but that, I mean, like, they're trying to make the gaming world with video games on new, like the new current consoles with Xbox One and PS4 and a little bit of Wii U also. They're trying to make it look more realistic and more like a really cool game, like not like back in the 90s or early 2000s, but like a game that looks good, that actually would make you want to play it more and more. You know, it's interesting to know about this stuff that I mean, I feel like technology is helping the gaming world, and maybe the gaming world is also using that to help technology. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think that technology and gaming are like helping each other, making good stuff. Like, you know, with YouTube and stuff, that's also a thing, because I've seen on YouTube, I've seen several games where they've had like different consoles, and they had like graphics comparison of that. What happened? I heard a noise. I heard a very weird noise.
Me?
No, it was from Jessica's background. I heard that.
What did you hear?
No, she's doing she's feeding her pets, I believe.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I swore I heard something. Anyway, it's not important. But so the discussion I'm trying to have is about technology and the fact that, you know, the people are trying to, everyone's trying, the people, I mean, people who would invent technology, whoever they are trying to improve it with everything. They're trying to make it with wireless stuff. That's a big thing, like wireless. I mean, like, with video games, that wasn't a thing. Like controllers are going wireless. Mice are going wireless.
Yeah.
Keyboards are going wireless.
Are you okay? Yeah. I don't know if I'm okay with that or not, but
everything is going wireless.
If it works. It works.
I like it. I mean, I like you don't have like with like the old consoles before they finally invented the wireless controller, which I think started with the GameCube. Actually, that happened with the Wavebird, which is a type of GameCube controller where you basically plug a receiver into the into one of the control parts on the console. And then you just turn your controller on. It's the first time they've ever done a wireless controller. And then after that, the gaming community with controllers, they started to make it more fun, because you don't want to have a wired controller. I mean, they still sell wired controllers, but it's more difficult to use.
Mhm.
And you know, it's evolved since then. Like, I mean, yeah, they still sell wired controllers, but they're not as in demand as they were back then, because the world's changed with wireless everything.
Mhm.
So, what do you think on that?
I don't know. I think wireless controllers are good.
What do you think, Jessica?
I think.
If they work, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
If they work, they work. Cool.
I don't know. I find, like, the constant having to, like, recharge them or change the battery kind
That's the pain, because, like, for example, the Xbox 360 controller, that is the most difficult controller to work with, because, like, for me, I've had to use, like, a charger kit with, like, rechargeable batteries. I can just, like, oh, it died, and I'll have to, like, put it in the charger, and I haven't, like, for example, let's say I have two battery packs that fit in a charger. So I can just charge them for a couple hours, and then when I want to play.
The thing is, I like the type of wireless controllers where you can just plug it into the console to charge, like on the PS3.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just plug it into the controller, plug the controller into the console, and then it charges.
I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is that, let's say I'm playing I'm doing something on the computer, and then I decided in a couple hours to play a game. So I noticed my controllers are probably like power packs are probably dead. So I plug them in, they start charging, and a couple hours later I'm like, all right, I'm ready to play. and then I start playing the game, and then I don't know, a couple of hours in, one of my controller dies. I'm like, oh crap! And so I take it out. I can put it in. Like, I mean, with the problem with the 360 controller is that it's batteries. Like, that's the thing. It's like, because when you're playing game, and batteries die. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's the most annoying thing ever. I mean, like, they're trying to release more with like chargers and stuff, but like it's really annoying because like everything, relies on chargers, and when you just have battery packs, or because you always have to, because you're playing a game on an Xbox 360, and then your controller dies because the battery's like, well, fuck, where am I gonna find more batteries? If you have batteries, you're kind of fucked. Pretty much. So, they're very useful to have the chargers, and like with everything, it's like everything is chargeable. I mean, not everything.
Oh, that's like saying.
I mean, what I'm trying to say.
It's not chargeable. This calendar is not chargeable.
What I'm trying to say is that, like,
this Empire State Building replica isn't chargeable.
What I've noticed is, like, my mom has basically a portable charger, which is so awesome. I mean, whoever came up with that idea, congratulations, you just made the world a better place. I mean, that's the perfect idea for because if your phone died or something, you always have a way to charge your phone. Especially because back then, chargers were always, like, they didn't even have portable charger. You had to, like, find an outlet, which is painfully enough to do that. It was annoying. I hated that. I mean, now with the technology we have, we can just, if you happen to have one on hand, you can just plug your phone in, and it'll do it. But, like, for example, the Kinect has evolved with that. Like, you can now have, like, Kinect calls. You can start, it's kind of like Skype, but with Kinect. I guess.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that real quick. Hold on.
What? I don't know what happened. Okay.
Okay.
That was sudden. I have no idea what you said.
Oh. Okay.
I have no idea what you said, but okay. We'll carry on with the podcast. But I find it interesting that this is what technology's become. They're trying to improve gaming with this, with video games. I mean, for example, the video games are changing drastically. They're trying to make more models. What are you doing with your tongue?
I'm doing it because I want to. I don't care.
It's so gross. That's disgusting.
You're talking to a guy.
I'm sorry. I'm making the weirdest face ever. Steven is making the weirdest face ever. He was playing with his tongue. He was like, yeah. Look at that.
I was just fucking weird. I did it all the time. Fuck around all the time. That's what I meant.
But I was talking about. I think it was gaming. Yeah.
What?
With gaming. With every. I think the only thing I kind of liked about the Wii U before they announced this whole cancellation thing was the fact that you can not only connect your 3DS to a Wii and it plays the controller, but you can also use I like what they did with the touch screen of the Wii U. That was really cool. Especially
really cool.
If you can play, I had a couple of parties where I was using that, and I could
they made it so that you can connect your PS Vita to the PlayStation too.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
They did what?
You can play the PlayStation 4 games on your PS Vita. You just have to download them.
That's really cool.
It is super cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, one of the games I had was I think it was Nintendo Land, and I was playing a game where I could literally just use the screen as a controller, and I could, like, move my guy. That was the best part of the Wii U. And actually,
that's
the only part of the Wii U that I actually liked. Other than that, it's kind of a pretty sucky system.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, with things like that, where you can connect your consoles to, or your smaller consoles, like your handhelds, to the console, like with the GameCube. My favorite part of the GameCube was where you could connect I think one of the Zelda games was Force Adventures. You could connect your Game Boy Advances or your Game Boy Advances Ps, whatever we happen to have, and you could connect that to the GameCube, and then basically you use the GameCube or use your Game Boy Advance as a controller, and you could look at the screen. That was awesome. I mean, that's like the only thing that you can do with it. I mean, I wish that Microsoft did that. I wish that Xbox did that with that, because, like, I mean, the best thing that Microsoft is able to do is with the Windows Phone, because they don't even have. It's kind of like the PlayStation Portable or the DS or the 3DS in this case. Like, they have the Windows Phone. The only thing they have is games for their own console, for their own thing. It's kind of stupid. But I like what you can do with the Nintendo stuff. I mean, I'm not so sure about this new console, the NX. I've seen, like, well, what I've seen from it is that it's basically, I mean, at least an early prototype is it's basically this screen, and it has two joysticks and a wheel thing on one of the ends. It's like, I'm not sure if it's worth buying. I mean, I don't even know if any of the new consoles that they're coming out with are going to be worth buying. I mean, I was talking about this, I think, last episode, about the fact that people are rumoring that the next Xbox will be Xbox 2, which is not kind of. No. I'm just going to say that. No. I'm not going to buy it if they do that. I mean,
why Xbox?
Okay.
Hey, want to come over to my house and play my Xbox 2? No, I'm not playing your fucking Xbox 2.
Actually coming out with another version of the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like they're calling it the PlayStation 4.
PlayStation Plus or something?
No, they're trying to call it the PlayStation 4.5. And I think what they did is basically a PlayStation 4, maybe like a slimmer version, because they've done it before with all consoles where they've had a release, and then a few years later they had a slimmer release. Like with the Xbox 360, they had, like, 5 years later they had actually I can't remember when the Slim came out, but like, because you have the bulky one with the white original that has like
look at how big the Xbox One is, you know.
I mean, like, you get all this. You get the red ring of death all the time.
Fucking VCR.
Yeah, you get the red ring of death all the time. And then with the Slim, the weird thing I like about the Slim, because I have the Halo 4 edition of the Slim. What I like about it is that it makes really cool noises, and like it's blue. It has like blue coloring. The disc tray opens really cool, awesome sounds, and it's much quieter, because with the original 360, it was so loud. I mean, you didn't have problems with like the red ring of death, because I got the red ring of death about 4 times in a row. Not kidding, true story.
You know how you get rid of that though?
I mean, by getting it repaired, but I got it repaired 4 times. Every time I got for once after I had red ring of death. I fixed it, and a few months later, it got a ring of death again. I went back to fix it. They gave it back to me, fixed it again. And then a few months later after that, every few months of playing it, suddenly I would get a ring of death, and then I'll get it repaired again. And then for the 4th time, they're like, all right, we're going to repair it. Actually, there's a story about that. So I was, for the 4th time I was trying to repair my Xbox 360, and they were like, okay, well, unfortunately, this is the last time we can do this. After that, we can't do it again. You just have to get a new console. Alright, that's fine. I understand the risk. So, they, quote, fixed it for me, and I got it back, and, they didn't fix it. It was the same, it still had the ring of death. So, they basically didn't fix it. It's like, wow, I can see why they're not going to do it again, because they're not fixing it. And so I literally had to buy a new. I literally had to like get my brother's console, which is the one I have now, and I still have my own 360. But I can't. I'm having this stuff parts, but like, what I do like about the 360 is the dashboard evolved like awesomely.
Yeah.
Originally, if you remember, the 360 it was like I think it was what was like folder or something with like this weird like crappy dashboard. And then they changed that with this kind of new sleek dashboard with like, you can go to different menus a better way. And then they had another update where you could see your avatar a little more, had like a new model or something. And then this final one, they have this awesome. I mean, it's not just the startup; it's also the dashboard itself. You have it kind of reminds me of the Windows Phone because you guys always you get your apps, your games. I mean, you can get Netflix, YouTube, all these great games that like I'm trying to. I think what's happening is that with technology, they're trying to make games a better haven. I guess they're trying to like. Cause now with Xbox and PlayStation and Wii, it's not just about the games anymore. You can also you can basically do anything. You can get all your apps, your music, your YouTube, your Netflix, anything. I mean, yeah, gaming is the video games are the main focus, but you can also do everything else on it, which is I love that part.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
It's awesome. I mean, I like it. I mean, with gaming, it's. I mean, they're trying to revive all. I mean, some of the franchises that are dead, they're trying to revive, and some of them are actually trying to make movies out of them, which is crazy.
Okay.
And actually, speaking of movies and video games, I read I think it was on Facebook where Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey in the new Star Wars Episode 7, apparently she's in talks to play the new Lara Croft in a reboot of the Tomb Raider game, or the reboot of the Tomb Raider movie, because they had two of them. They had Lara Croft Tomb Raider, and then Lara Croft Tomb Raider Creative Life, and then now they're planning on rebooting that movie to video game and movie franchise with the new Tomb Raider game based off the new games with Daisy Ridley, because why not? I mean, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Some of these video game movies actually look like, I mean, they're not all good, but like some of them are actually pretty cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to a lot of them. Like the one that I know is never gonna happen anytime soon is the Halo movie. That's never gonna happen. And I'm kind of sad about it because I really wanted them to happen. It was like, I think that the one movie that I think the year that Halo could have happened was back in 2009. That would have been the year that they would have done it. But unfortunately, the movie District 9 got in the way, so they didn't happen. But you get my point. Is that, I mean, what I've been talking about the entire time is that technology is changing video games. It's trying to like make video games better. So.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I've been ranting on for a little too long. You guys haven't really talked a lot because.
Well, I'm just thinking, I mean, they said like other movies weren't going to come out too, but some did.
I mean, they're trying. Some of them are trying to like adapt, video games to movies, like Sonic. Yeah. I'm not so sure. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? They could make a live-action Sonic movie with CGI Sonic. That's the worst that could happen.
Yeah.
They could kind of like what they did with Smurfs or Alvin the Chipmunks. Except Alvin the Chipmunks wasn't, or Smurfs.
Alvin the Chipmunks.
They weren't video games.
Do not mention the
I mean, if they do a Sonic movie, I imagine they'll probably have some live action and some CGI, like maybe a CGI Sonic. That would be pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a huge Sonic fan, but I'd see it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more of a big Sonic fan than I am, but, I mean, like, you know, I mean, look at how Mario Bros. That was one of the worst movies ever made.
What?
Mario Bros. That was one of the worst movies ever made.
The post-apocalyptic thing.
I think I watched Mojo on that where it's like, where
New York.
Where Luigi was introducing himself and he's like, all right, first name Luigi, like, all right, last name Mario. Wait, so you're saying your name is Luigi Mario, and then it's like, well, what's your name? Mario. What's your last name? Mario. So you're saying your name is Mario.
Yeah, what the heck?
Imagine having the same name for both your first and last name.
I'd be like, if I was called, I'd be like Steven. My whole brother would be Matthew Stevens.
Hey, what's up? I'm Mario. That'd be so weird. I would not like that at all. I would be so fucked up. But with I mean, like I said a while ago, the video games are getting more realistic. They're trying to improve the graphics a lot. They're trying to with every game, they're trying to make it look more lifelike, I guess. You know, they're doing a lot of motion capture, and they're trying to like get it to look good. I mean, the only problem with games is I think I talked about this a little bit about this a few weeks ago on the podcast. The fact that a lot of the games that they're releasing are always getting broken. I didn't see this video, but I thought this is just a really big issue in the gaming world. Is that games are getting like every time they release a game, it keeps breaking. Like almost every game, you find like some of the craziest glitches ever. I mean, for example, a glitch that I found.
You know the Mario Brothers movie?
Yeah.
I heard the guy who played Mario in that movie almost died during the filming of that movie a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
He almost drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah. He almost got electrocuted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the scene where they literally hire strippers. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
They hire strippers to dance around at some nightclub in the movie.
Okay.
There's a movie based on fucking Mario Brothers, a game that's supposed to be kid-friendly. It's like they even played a game even once. They just looked at the characters like, they saw six characters like, boom. Okay, that's Mario. Cool.
I mean, the only problem people probably have with that is that the Luigi looks nothing like Luigi in the game. He doesn't even have a mustache. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Luigi just looks like
they don't even have. They don't
90s kids.
Look anything like the character. They got Luigi around. He doesn't have a mustache, and their hats don't even bear the M or the L on them. It's like, really? Like, that's some of the worst video games and movies ever that I've ever heard of. I mean, come on. Like,
yeah. Doesn't get much worse than that.
Video game movies? Hell yeah. Hell. Yeah. No.
Well, I mean, it's all about that. Like, with video games. I mean, video games is the thing now. You got everything. Like, some of the funnest games. Like, it's all about. I mean, yeah. Video games aren't taking over the world, but like, you know, some of the games. Like where like where you could be in the game, like Tron. That's a movie example where they've taken a video game or because that's where you get sucked into a video game. I mean, if I were sucked into a video game, that would like be like a nightmare to me. If I was sucked into a video game, that would be horrible. I would not like that at all. But I probably wouldn't imagine you like that at all either. I mean, come on. Think about it. How would you like to be sucked into a video game?
Well,
it depends on what video game.
Yeah, same with me.
Any video game at all.
I don't know.
Pac-Man, any of the classic ones. Pac-Man or Sonic, even.
Stop! I would just stop. Depending on the video game, Tom, you need to be more specific.
Halo will be really crazy to be
what
in.
would happen if I was sucked into boobs?
What are you talking about?
I would be like, because that's what I thought you said. That's what I thought you literally said.
Ugh. That's disturbing.
But if that actually happened, I would just be like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh my god.
That's how it feels.
Wow,
Like,
you are out of this world, my friend.
Pretty much. and then I thought I heard boobs, so I was like, ooh.
You have a very sick mind sometimes. You do. I'm not kidding. You really do. It's crazy. So yeah. Before I forget about this topic, I want to talk about this. So there's this show called $1 Million But that is actually really cool. So how about we play a game? This is something that I've never done in the podcast before, but we should play a game right now. There's a simple question game, and how it's going to work is that each of us is going to ask the other person a simple question, $1 million for doing something. So it can be anything. You can ask either of us, what would you do would you do blank for $1 million? Like, what would you do for $1 million?
Wow. Would I do what?
For example, ask me ask me a question and say like, for $1 million, what would I do?
For $1 million, what would you do?
Ask me, basically, fake dare. I would be more like a fake dare, like a bet, maybe, like a fake bet.
What would you do for $1 million? What is the most? What is the thing that you would do? Like, what is the biggest?
Well, that's the point of the game. Give me a suggestion, basically.
Something.
Give me a suggestion.
Jessica, do you have any input? Are you alive at all?
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm just thinking.
This is a part of the game. We're playing a little game. This is a new thing on the podcast. Starting now. Okay. She's still thinking.
No, what'd you say?
I was saying this is part of the game. This is gonna have. This is every few weeks. I suppose we can do this game. Just simply a question game, like a kind of a dare thing, I guess. I don't know really.
All right, sounds cool.
Yeah. So.
Huh?
Like.
That sounds cool.
Basically, $1 million for doing something. If I would like, it's not gonna actually happen, but like. Would you do it? Like I feel like more like a would you do it thing. So, give me a question about what would I do. You still thinking?
I'm thinking.
Jessica, are you thinking too?
I'm using my brain just like this thing. No.
So what was the question now?
It can be just ask me a question and your follow up would be like, for $1 million would you that kind of thing.
For $1 million, would you swim in a Shark Tank?
Hell no.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Actually, I think the idea was sorry. I think I messed up there. So the idea is ask me a question. For $1 million, would you? And then give me two options. There. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Make it easier.
For $1 million, would you? Hold on 1 sec. I think.
Let me look this up. Google! Google to the rescue!
I can hear crickets in the background.
I can hear you typing.
I can hear crickets in the background.
On the internet. Oh, apparently there's a haunted house.
I can hear crickets in the background.
And 1 month in this creepy house with no Wi-Fi for $1 million. Would you?
Wait, what?
Let me take a look at this image, Tom. Hang on. Let me put this in chat. Look in the chat, Tom.
Yes.
Okay, look at that picture.
Oh God. Well, okay. That's one option. You have to give me a second option.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. That's the game. That's how the game works. I know. I'm not taking it from the show I saw. I'm just using it as an example.
Ew. Okay.
Ew.
What about would you be
remember, you
something
can
about
you can both help.
Would you be frozen in carbonite for a few years?
So
money?
You're asking me either would I spend one night in a haunted house with no Wi-Fi for $1 million, or would I what? What was that thing?
Something about carbonite for a few years. I don't know.
Well, okay. So give me the two options. Ask the question and give me the two options.
Would you be frozen in carbonite for 5 years to get $1 million? Or stay in a haunted house with no Wi-Fi for $1 million?
Ooh,
which one sounds...
That's really hard.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Both are really, really bad. Both are really, really bad experiences. Well, if I was frozen in carbonite, then I would not. I would basically be dead, sort of. I would not be able to move for years.
Well, how would you know if you felt
compared to being in a haunted house where I'm scared to death and I have no Wi-Fi and I'll be bored.
Would you rather be scared or frozen?
I gotta take the frozen carbonite one.
Would you rather be a Disney, like, you know, the equivalent of a Disney movie? Let it go!
No,
or would you rather, you know, Coraline House?
I would take the frozen carbonite one. Okay, I gotta take that one. Uh-oh. I think we lost Steven.
Oh no.
It happens.
Really?
But, yeah.
Did he just lose connection, or?
Yeah. But I would definitely take the frozen carbonite one.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if that was me, I would do it because I hate being scared. That is my worst nightmare, to be scared. Getting scared is just ew. I'd rather be frozen in carbonite than be scared.
Mhm.
I would rather do that because it's a little more of less of a hassle. I mean, that's just my insight. So, okay, so it's your turn. So, okay, let me think about this. For $1 million, would you? Survive a week without video games, or God, that's hard. Or be grounded. No, that's stupid. No, go without video games, or be embarrassed. Really, really embarrassed.
I could go a week without video games.
Really? Wow, that's really good. I guess we can't really talk about the dare thing until Steven gets back.
That's okay. I'm actually really ready to head out. I'm actually really tired. It's 12:14 here.
Wow. Well, I'm
sorry.
I guess that's because you're Texas, so.
Yeah. This was a really good podcast, though.
Yeah, I mean, I kept ranting on and on.
That's okay.
It happened.
Most of the time I just love listening, so it's all good.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess, since we just gonna have to do without Steven, I guess we just, so, yeah, thank you for listening to this week's episode, and so we will be back for another episode, next week, so yeah, thank you for listening. I apologize for times when we cut out, having issues with our audio and stuff, but we promised we tried to make this as professional as possible every week. We try. So yeah, again, thank you for listening, and we will be back next week. So yeah, all right, we'll do it. Bye.
Okay, bye.